My daughter shamed me at her wedding, but the groom did this. They say a mother's love is unconditional. But no one ever warns you about the pain of loving a child who forgets everything you sacrificed. I'm a single mother. I raised my daughter alone, worked 2 jobs, skipped meals, sold jewelry just to pay for her violin lessons, private school, and later, college. She never went without. I went without everything. And on her wedding day, her big, beautiful $200,000 wedding, I thought I'd finally see her happy. I wore my best dress, sat quietly in the 3rd row, smiled as she walked down the aisle. But then came the reception. She took the mic, toasted her in-laws, thanked her new family for showing her what real love feels like. Then she turned to me and said in front of 200 people, "You can leave now. I don't want drama today." Silence. Eyes turned. Glasses froze mid-air. Even the DJ stopped the music. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I simply stood up, adjusted my shawl, and walked toward the door. And that's when the groom, her brand new husband, stood up and shouted, "Wait, Mrs. Carter. Please don't leave. This wedding isn't over." I paused. The whole room did. He walked straight toward me, took my hand, then turned to the crowd and said, "This woman raised my wife, gave her everything. And this is how she's thanked. Not on my watch." He looked at my daughter and said, "If this is how you treat the person who gave you life, then I made a mistake." Gasps, audible gasps. He took off his ring, set it on the table, turned back to me and said, "Mrs. Carter, you deserve more than this. And I won't build a future with someone who disrespects her past." He walked me to my car. That was the last day I ever saw my daughter. But the story didn't end there. 2 months later, I got a call from the groom's mother. Turns out, she had never liked my daughter's attitude. She and her son had quietly annulled the marriage, transferred the honeymoon tickets to my name, and booked me a luxury cruise through the Greek Isles. "You raised him better than she ever realized," she told me. That cruise? It changed my life. I met new people, found my peace, and started a blog for single mothers called "Left at the Altar by Their Own Kids." It blew up. Then came the book deal, the podcast, and eventually, the talk show. Today, the woman they tried to humiliate is now the voice of millions. So here's what I learned. Blood doesn't make family. And sometimes the biggest revenge is rising so high, they have to look up just to insult you. To every parent who's ever been disrespected by the child they broke their back to raise, this channel is for you. Subscribe now for true stories of pain turned into power, and betrayal turned into brilliance. And always remember, don't beg for a seat at their table, build your own mansion.